Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Braehead Arena here in Glasgow, Scotland! And the Ladbrokes World Series of Darts Finals, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on ITV Sport, as we now welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mirrorman, Simon Stevenson, and Jan Doubledekker!
Chris Mason and John Rawling teamed up to call a 9-dart finish for us last weekend, so he sent them into bat first here in the hope of another one.
I'm ready, Jackie. I am ready. It's a bit like buses, isn't it? You wait a decade and a bit for one, and then you'll probably get two come along all together. It'd be nice to think so. Simon Stevenson, one of the late developers in the world of professional darts. There he is, 45 years old, the Mirrorman from Plymouth. Fits out luxury yachts for a career, and he's still after his first major TV stage first victory. He's never actually had one in front of the television cameras. Had some good wins. This is his 5th TV tournament, but he's never actually done it in front of the cameras. Jan Dekker, 27 years old, the Dutchman, ranked a little bit higher on the PDC rankings than Simon Stevenson, ranked number 52 as opposed to 69. Played in the Europeans last week in Hasselt, but it was his misfortune, Chris, to have run up against a guy called Van Gerwen, who was playing rather well.
Yeah, although he's only 27, he's massively experienced. He's been winning BDO events since around 2011, 2012.
Last 16 of the UK Open, a couple of years ago as well. There are sponsors, and these are two big outsiders if they were to go all the way. Simon Stevenson, 300 to 1. Jan Dekker, not quite that, but you get pretty impressive odds on them as well.
Game on.
So,
yes, an interesting little tie, this one.
I think it could be a close one, this.
Absolutely.
You know, the little bets you have about whether or not things are going to go a certain number of legs.
Yeah,
this is one.
9.5 was the cut-off, and I've gone over in this one.
Yeah, you reckon this one would go long, don't you?
6-4, 6-5.
First to 6. That's the format here, and they're playing, incidentally, for the right to face James Wade in the next round.
Yeah, not a player that our viewers would know a lot about, but as you said, on the Pro Tour, he's had some impressive results. He's qualified for a few of the European events, which he's not disgraced himself in.
Won his PDC card last year at qualifying school.
That takes some doing in itself.
Well, you've probably seen him before, but I first became properly aware of him back in 2014 at the UK Open.
That's it, same as.
Yeah, and he I think he had 3 wins, didn't he, before he went out against Jamie Lewis, was it?
Yeah, and I think he came in via one of the Riley's qualifiers.
Yeah, I think he did. And I mean, that was down in Minehead, and he wasn't up on the big stage then, was he? He was one on
outside boards.
Yeah, one of the outside boards, which
not literally, viewers.
No, there's various little arenas around Minehead, as well as the massive tented auditorium.
It's an impressive start. 3 tons and a 105 to leave 96.
Nicely placed, Dekker. Well, it'd be a surprise if he were to win this particular leg.
96.
96 then, can be done in a couple of darts. Treble 20, first port of call.
Stay there for double 8. Okay, can just set it up. Dekker way back.
56.
Time is on his side, as the song once said.
impressive start. Need to stay there. Yep. 18 with the left, 170. If, it's a big if, he gets a go.
So tops for 1-0 for First Blood. Nice and confident, isn't it? Good start, though. Massive auditorium here, the Braehead Arena, slowly starting to fill.
59.
There's several thousand people in here by the time, I think he got out a little bit earlier than some. And as usual, they'll have all had their planning hats on. What am I going to look at? What am I going to look like in front of the television cameras this time? I don't know.
I've seen a couple, both in fancy dress. One dressed as a pint of lager and the bloke dressed as a dartboard. Which was creative. Well, Stevenson came through the court. My goodness. What will he look like in the morning?
Scary, though.
Yeah, Stevenson came through the qualifiers with a great win over Thornton.
61.
And then in the final, beat my old mate Andy Jenkins 5-4, who had a great day himself. I do believe that Jenks had a couple of darts at doubles, so...
Still a good player on his day, Andy.
Yeah, very.
He's one of those who the big names don't particularly like to face.
Especially early doors.
Well, Stevenson's got the advantage again here. He gets a ton 40 at this visit, or even a ton. He needs a treble now. Well, that's a lost opportunity. He's on 160, it can be done, but he really had the chance to turn the screw then and be in a position to get the break, and Dekker's making him pay, maybe.
Yeah, Jan Dekker also came through the qualifiers with a first round win over James Wilson, who's been playing well. Then he beat Paul Nicholson. And then in the final game, beat Steve Hine 5-3. So he had a tough route.
Well, this is for his first hole of throw, 86 required, looking at 18s.
Should get a dart at the ball at least, but now 2 at double 16. Needs to get it.
It's impressive. Nicely done. There's some pretty awful sights out there, aren't there? With due apologies to those who are allied to them or in the family.
45.
Probably look a bit better than that on occasion, can't they? Jan Dekker, one of those kind of understated sort of players, isn't he?
Well, he made the finals of Lakeside in, sorry, the semi-finals of Lakeside in 2011 and 2014.
140.
April this year, he got to a Players' Championship semi and beat Dave Chisnell on the way before once again losing out to you-know-who.
Yeah, that's probably his
Van Gerwen.
most successful of all
59.
weekends since he's been playing the PDC Tour.
3 Challenger Tour wins a couple of years ago.
Old for that now. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't kick on. Really takes his time on that first dart. Another one of those aimers.
Stevenson nicely placed. Yeah, we asked about the mirror man. Where does that come from? And apparently he does actually fit mirrors on fancy yachts and that sort of thing.
Did he do yours, John? Or did he do the wing mirror in the Bentley?
95. 116.
Breakers yards for that sort of thing. Right, 116.
Outside chance for Dekker. Trouble 20, trouble 20.
Does it hurt?
Double 8. Nope.
Yeah. Well, Stevenson's the favourite now. 56 for 2-1 to hold his throw once more. Now tops for 2-1. In we go. That'll make it 2 out of 2. Keeps on doing that, he'll take a bit of beating.
Yeah, the qualifiers threw up it was quite a day. And our 8 players, as explained at the top of the show, that came through them qualifiers, all playing this evening, but those that lost in the final game include Brendan Dolan, Ian White, Stephen Bunting, Steve Hine, Ricky Evans. A good list of players.
Absolutely.
Alan Norris lost in the semi-finals, along with Benito, Vincent van der Voort, Joe Cullen, John Henderson, Richard North, who's been playing well.
Michael
Quite a
van
list.
Gerwen, needless to say, favourite for this, quoted at around about 11 to 10 on.
That's good value for me, for those big punters out there. He's yet to be beaten on ITV since Jackie took over from Matt Smith.
Still looking for the first maximum of the match.
Here's Breaker throw. Could it be coming in this leg?
Well, he'll want to get himself... Oh, that's a good second dart. He's got to finish then. 149 wouldn't be the one he'd have chosen.
Big shot from Stevenson, puts him favourite.
740 would be handy. There we go.
Surprised he didn't opt for the ball then to leave 130, which is a checkout that only requires the single treble.
Treble 19 would leave double 16. Can't be done
in
now.
that treble 19 well.
95 then, Chris.
Ball should be the shot, because if he misses the ball and it's a 25, he can go 20 ball. Oh, that's a blocker. This is awkward.
This is horrible.
That's about as good as he could get, I think. That's all he could see.
Just a lie, wasn't it? Double 16 then, 4-2-2. Needs this. Now the opportunity beckons.
Here's an opening. A break after 5 legs. This would be great. We'll call these mini sessions. If he can get out of this one, potentially now 4-1 up. Massive favourite.
That was an important break. If James Wade will be watching on somewhere, do you think he'd keep an eye on this one?
I would have thought so.
See how his opposition tomorrow are going?
Yeah, definitely worth a look. He won't know a lot about either.
There's his first maximum. James is due a run, isn't he?
Yeah, he's due to find a bit of form. All players go up and down over the year. The problem is with James is the levels of expectation we have for him. But yeah, he's world class, one of the elite.
And this is a little purple patch.
Never mind, John.
Oh, starting to get a bit twitchy then.
They like buses again.
Got my poppy on and a nice smart shirt and a jacket and all ready for the shot in the commentary box, and you weren't here in time, Chris. You had me on my own.
It's a long way from our presentation point to the commentary box.
Break at the end of this leg, and it's looking as though Stevenson, well, 305 is almost certain to win this. Tops then.
Good leg this. Possible 12 dart leg for 4-1. He'll be back. Has to be careful here, Dekker, because 140 doesn't leave a finish. A hell of a lean on that first dart, doesn't he?
It really is a pregnant pause before he lets that first dart go, isn't it? Double 10 then, Stevenson for 4-1. Very nice, 4 out of 7, and that is a very, very handy lead for the Plymouth man. Simon Stevenson leads Jan Dekker as they leave the stage 4-1 in this race to 6, and as you see, he's a happy boy. Quality finishing from the Plymouth man, Simon Stevenson. He's 4-1 up and liking the position that he's got himself into. He thinks he's on his way into the next round.
So do I.
Be a monkey off his back. I know it's a
Yes.
cliche, isn't it, in sport? But, you know, your first win in front of the TV cameras.
Yeah, it just takes a massive pressure off. It took me 3 or 4 attempts, to be honest. Once you sort of got over that, you know, then you tend to feel a bit more comfortable up there. But Dekker will be kicking himself because that 4th leg, 2 darts at double 16. That's why he's in this position.
Needs to find himself another gear, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Averaging 78 ain't going to win him anything.
Nope. Won't win a game down my local.
Oh, place your local, from what I've heard about the standard down there. Anybody wanders in down there, keep your darts in your pocket. You'll get mugged.
58.
Wayne Mardle fans.
They're the 4 here.
60.
Even to this day, even though he's obviously he's a fellow commentator and pundit, even to this day you still see him all dressed up in the Hawaiian shirts. This is better.
139.
Good stuff. Well, he's still one of the real attractions on the exhibition circuit, isn't he?
Fabulous. Absolutely great fun.
I know I've said it before on air, but that party trick he has of actually projecting the dart,
Blowing them in.
blowing it, or spitting it if you prefer. I wouldn't have believed it was possible had I not seen it myself.
Yeah.
I've struggled to get a double 16 with my arms, never mind blowing it in.
96.
Dekker looking nicely placed, 112, very makeable.
Another treble 20. He'll have to go.
140. And you require 112.
Here we go. Needs to win this leg, otherwise it's pretty much
Good marker. Yeah, double 16. Friend or foe?
80.
Foe again.
And you require
This would hurt.
170.
Well, this is for 5-1 to put him within 1 of victory.
Pretty much game over.
Great first dart. Tops now for 117. Happy days.
Brilliant
5
finishes.
doubles out of 8.
Yeah, brilliant finishing. 63%. Averaging nearly 94. This is impressive.
Doubling superbly. Well, James Wade will be watching on, maybe, and he'll be thinking, this guy is no pushover.
No, he's a dangerous opponent.
60.
And against James, can throw with absolute freedom. There's no expectation. And they're the hard players to beat.
There's the checkout
Yeah,
stats.
that's very, very good.
5 out of 8
137.
is handy.
3 of those are on his preferred double. And when you're hitting your favourite double with that regularity.
That's tops, of course.
Yep.
60.
Neither the classical type of thrower, are they? I mean, that's a real lean and a pulls.
51.
There's a lot going on with the Stevenson throw.
But if it works,
Wristy.
yep.
57.
Well, this is the one where he needs to really put it to bed, and Dekker has effectively taken the throw here.
Well, pressure's off Dekker now. He would have thought, well, that's it then, not my night. And then you start throwing with a bit of freedom and producing what he would have been producing in the practice room. It's Justin. Another Justin coming up shortly. Pipe.
81.
Very good. 173, no checkouts. Needed to find a treble, didn't he? And
Yes.
it's not there.
Still a healthy lead.
Needs a treble now. No finish, so 6 from here for Dekker.
114.
Ooh.
Brilliant. Another 117 from Stevenson, and now 114 from Dekker.
I think he should change his checkout route and dump the double 16 route and stick on tops.
There's a hint of Rowan Atkinson, isn't there, about Jan Dekker?
97.
Good call. Good call.
If Rowan plays darts.
Not very complimentary, but
not a condemnatory likeness, is it? Big petrol head, of course, is
yes, he is.
Rowan.
96.
A lover of everything Aston Martin, I do believe.
Had a McLaren, didn't he, once upon a time? Now then.
140.
Crowd thought it was in. Optical illusion, it was a ton 40.
Yep. Great reply. Only a second, and that's been his problem.
Slowly filling up here at the Braehead Arena. Close to Renfrew, a few miles out of the centre of Glasgow.
Yeah, the home of the Scottish Open.
No check out on 168. Stevenson can take 161 though, and that would be for the match.
Desperately needs a treble.
58.
No.
He's under big pressure now, Chris.
Yep, Stevenson favourite for the leg. And the victory, 6-2. I thought this was going to be close.
I think it's going to be pretty much a must-take for Dekker. 62, you'd fancy that.
Should get a dart. Yep. Why have you gone that way?
78.
Why have you gone that way when you hit tops as clean as the whistle the throw before?
This is for the match then. 62, treble 10, first off. He's got it. Double 16. This is for 6-2. Double 8. Concentration.
46.
But he just drags it wide.
Let him off. Side that one. Good adjustment.
What's he looking at there?
I'm not sure. I think one of his fans in the players' guest area and VIP area to the left of the stage.
125.
Stevenson doesn't win this leg. Suddenly he'll be starting to get a tad twitchy.
59.
Yeah, not enough.
60.
Starting to warm up in the auditorium.
Atmosphere building.
Thirsty work for some.
41.
Oh dear. It's
that's
going
poor.
rather wrong.
6 darts and only 100 scored. I think that's in.
100.
It was.
It was. 180 minimum.
Good if he could do a bit more, wouldn't it?
100.
Not enough.
He's
85.
He's closing in.
Yeah, 85 plus these behind. Steady ton.
60.
Again, he's in that territory of minimum requirement, 140, 180. Luckily, not hit one in this match so far. Only hit 2 140s.
There you go. Giving him a squeak.
Yeah, real outside squeak.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't think Stevenson will get winning line jitters again.
85.
Should put it away.
61.
Can be done. Not now, though.
Yeah.
So Stevenson will be coming back looking for 71, and again with the chance
89.
as Dekker hits the ball.
Well, he knows he's there.
Finishing the game.
Which way is he going to go? Yep, double 16.
2 darts for 6-3 and only 1 required. First win in front of TV cameras on the big stage, and you can just see how much that particular statistic means to Simon Stevenson. Jan Dekker goes away looking disappointed, didn't really play tonight. Jan never got into his stride. But Simon, as he goes off as a 6-3 winner, he's celebrating like he's really done something significant, important in his career progression, and through into the next round where James Wade awaits.
The Mirror Man, Simon Stevenson, has smashed his opening challenge against Dutchman Jan Dekker. 6-3 the scoreline to kick us off here in Glasgow at the World Series of Darts Finals. By looking at the stats, Simon averaged 90 tonight to Dekker's 83. He only hit a third of his doubles. Stevenson put away 6 of his 11, and he will meet the machine, James Wade, tomorrow night.